Hello Aries and welcome to your December 2022 video. Now this video is for Sun, Moon and Rising Aries. Your Sun sign is what you wear, what you're striving towards. Your Moon sign is more your internal world, and your Rising sign is your external world and how others perceive you, as well as the energy you give off. So the important thing to know is that Mars is retrograde. It went retrograde in October, towards the end of October, and Mars will be retrograde throughout December. It only goes direct in January, and Mars is your ruler. So when we are dealing with the Mars retrograde, we can feel frustrated, we can feel aggravated, we can feel stuck, disillusioned. Past experiences that also triggered anger can re-happen for us to work through it. With all retrogrades, it's about redoing, relearning, and it's also about time of going within. Also in December, we are going to have a Mercury retrograde towards the end of December. So people from the past re-enter our lives, exes can come back into our lives. All past situations, when we have a retrograde, that is what it represents. It represents past experiences now coming back, us to relearn things, to go back, to go over things that maybe we thought we've dealt with, to now reanalyze it, and this is all in the process of healing. Now Mars is retrograde for you specifically in your third house, and that's the house that rules our communication, connection towards others, our thoughts, learning, mind, all of those things, as well as our environment and small trips, small distant travel. So with this Mars retrograde, I would really tell you to watch what you say and how you react. This is where you really need to think about your communication, right? And how you communicate towards others. How do you come across when you communicate? Are you being misunderstood? Can you clarify how you are communicating? Especially because Mars is retrograding within your third house. This is also a good time to redo or reanalyze all projects, all types of things like that. So remember that. With this Mars retrograde, I'd also say, because it's ruling your environment and the people around you, are you communicating with people that drain your energy? How do you feel about your environment? That's a big word if you think about it. It's not just the people, it's your space, right? Do you feel disconnected to your space? Is your space frustrating you? Do you need to declutter your space? All of these things are very good. And the funny thing is, when we declutter our space, we actually declutter our mind. We free up our mind. If we just constantly looking at clutter, it can really make us feel stuck and stagnant, and we procrastinate. Oh, I need to do this, but then we don't. So that's what we are talking about here. And really watch your thoughts and how you are communicating to yourself. Are you being too hard on yourself? And how are you communicating with others? Meaning, when Mars is in retrograde, especially because Mars rules anger and frustration, we can sometimes feel very triggered and react too quickly. So this is telling you to not react, to take a step back, to go within before you respond, and also watch how other people are communicating with you as well. What communication do you no longer want to be a part of? Gossip, rumors, all of those kinds of things. Is it complaining? Is the communication with others draining you? Is the communication all about the other person and not about you? Do they even ask you how you're doing, or do they just communicate about themselves? All of those things, right? That's what we're dealing with there. Then on the 7th, 8th, we're going to be having a full moon. And this full moon is basically happening for you in your third house. And it's a lot to do with what do you need to release when it comes to your thoughts? What do you need to release when it comes to your communication? This is where you feel like, I need to make some changes to my space, my environment, my communication, the people I connect to, the people I communicate with. And just one more thing about that Mars retrograde, because it's the third house, I mentioned small distant trips. If you are traveling, make sure, whilst traveling, that you check your tire pressure, oil, all of those kinds of things. You want to make sure you do those things. Take your time while driving. Don't be impulsive, someone upsets you and you just rush off kind of thing. Do those kinds of things. Make sure you check everything when it comes to your vehicle, or if you're traveling in that essence, because it does rule small distance trips. So make sure you have all of that under check. And with that full moon, this is where you are shifting in how you think and how you communicate, and the people that you communicate with, and what communication you no longer wish to be a part of. This also can be like deals that maybe you are negotiating can either come through right, that you've been working towards, or maybe you no longer wish to be a part of certain contracts that you're thinking, maybe I don't feel this is right for me, and I want to make a change. And it's all types of contracts. We're talking about written contracts, verbal contracts. Every single thing is a contract, you know. I look at it that way when it comes to relationships and things, because what I do for you, is it in balance and is it fair, or is it just a situation where I feel taken advantage of? So you'll be really looking at those things and releasing with that full moon anything that no longer serves you when it comes to communication, the people that you connect with, and also when it comes to negotiations. Now, Aries, Venus will be moving in on the 10th into your 10th house, and this is great for your career, your goals, your personal reputation, and how other people see you. This makes you very magnetic, right? It almost draws people to you. The 10th house has to do with our goals, what we work towards, what we are striving towards, what we want to accomplish, what we are putting our energy towards. And that can be as simple as, if you are not working, say you have a garden and you're planting your garden, and you're really working towards it, this is where you can now find new ideas, how to beautify it. And it becomes things that people actually see. Reputation. So when people come to visit you, they're like, oh, look at that beautiful herb garden you've grown. You get me? So what are your goals? You need to really look at that when it comes to your life. And it can be any goal. Is your goal to lose weight? Is your goal to have a healthier mindset? Is your goal to go after that position that you want to go for? Venus gives you the passion, the drive to beautify it. And it also gives you this energy where other people are drawn to you too. People want to help you. People can help you when it comes to your career. People can help you when it comes to your goals. This is where you could learn something from someone else. And they basically can give you something that's pertinent for you to reach your goals. Now, on the 21st, Jupiter will be moving back into Aries, and it will stay there until May of 2023. This is great for you. Jupiter's expansion, growth, and opportunities in your sign. When you take charge, when you take lead, what do you want to do? How do I take lead? What is important to me? How do I strive for what I want? What, opportunities are there for me? How can I go after it? And it's all about the action that you take. So remember that even though there's a Mars retrograde, you might be feeling demotivated a bit and frustrated. Remember, whenever we feel demotivated or frustrated, it's about letting go of things that are like, say for instance, a situation frustrates me. We need to let it go for a bit and see how we can make it easier. Do I still need to be a part of that situation, or do I need to find a new way in order to maneuver myself out of it, if that makes sense? So if it's a person that's frustrating me, and say it's someone I work with, maybe it's an authority figure, right? This is my employer, they're frustrating me. So I feel stuck, I feel undervalued, I feel like I'm not moving forward. Maybe I don't like their tone, they're kind of rude to me. How do I work with this energy? It's frustrating me. And I feel like, I'm stuck here. This is where I need to be. The truth is there are options for you, and this can show you which way you need to move. Maybe you need to change of career. Maybe you need to change in position. Maybe you need to apply for the same position in a company in a different department, or you need to apply elsewhere. That's what Jupiter does. It gives us the wisdom to see basically, okay, say that's not working, where the Mars retrograde can show you really what is not working, and we can't feel frustrated. The Jupiter gives you the high perspective and understanding in order for you to maneuver your way around it. So when Jupiter moves into your sign on the 21st of December, it will be great for that, because all of a sudden the opportunities become more available to you for you to reach out and grab them. You don't have to be stuck and frustrated. You can get where you want to be. Now, on the 22nd, we have the sun also moving into this 10th house. Opportunities when it comes to your career, your personal reputation. This is when we also are called upon more. Because of this energy so much in our reputation, our status. We're also thinking a lot about our status and how much more, or how do we want to grow? What is our level of success, and how can I be successful? If I'm a stay-at-home mom, my success is maybe having my house run smoothly, getting the dishes done, washing, and the kids, and pick up and drop off, and how can I make this run more smoothly for me, right? So if you are working towards a career, or maybe I want to, move up a level in my career. If I'm self-employed, maybe there's something different I want to do. If I'm studying, maybe I want to change the way in which I'm studying. You get my, I want to learn something else or something to add to that to improve it. So this is where you up your level of what you want to do. And the sun gives you this also enlightenment and awareness of where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you are striving towards those things. On the 23rd, we have a new moon in this 10th house that offers you a lot of opportunities when it comes into your work life, your reputation, your career, and all the things that you wish to achieve. Now, on the 29th, we have Mercury going retrograde in this 10th house. This is when you can be met with opposition from people in authority. Those are employers, employers, people in authority over you, upper management, if that's in work, or if you're studying, maybe it's a lecturer, or maybe if you are with family, it can even be parents, authority figures, anyone that holds authority over you. And sometimes it can even happen in a relationship that where partners can also be an authority over you. Maybe they're telling you where to go and they're always checking on you, kind of thing. So this Mercury retrograde is trying to break that pattern where you can come up with conflict and miscommunication with people in power. And you need to see which ways you are going to handle that and how you can let it go. You can also bring back people from the past into your life, and also your work life. You'll be questioning your sense of purpose, the direction that you want to go. This way in which you want to move forward with your career, your goals, your ambitions, the energy that you actually work towards within a day. So what is it that you see as success? No matter your position or what you're doing, it doesn't have to be career-wise. It can be, even if you're retired, any hobby, like, you might be looking at what you're doing and the goals that you want to achieve and what ways you can change that in order to improve it. So be aware of that. There can be conflict and miscommunication. It's not a good time to sign any, contracts, right, during the Mercury retrograde. So try and get everything done before the 29th in order for it to be more successful. Generally, we sign things we're not too happy about it, especially if we're moving home, signing leases, work situations especially. But it can have you thinking a lot about past opportunities when it came to your career can actually come through for you now. Or past opportunities that you felt like, that would make me feel so good, that would make me feel like I accomplished that goal. It can come through for you during this Mercury retrograde, which will take us into the new year. 18th, 19th of January 2022 is when Mercury will go direct. Thank you so much for watching this video. Oh, before I forget, there'll be a link down below for appreciation of the video. There's also a link for my website and bookings of readings, as well as a link for the new 2023 bookings for the year ahead. Thank you so much.